He was not a supporter of APRC. He was a UDP supporter.
Andu nyimbe lata kan dalilo men kan wala nyinti ko katunga ta manke atamu UDP kanun telti wala ya sabu.
That is not the truth.
Okay, let's take it step by step.
Silangata simfanin simfala.
Was the land in fact sold?
Kenonyi ya wafile bang.
Kenonyi I am not aware of the sale of that plot.
Who was it given to?
Adita Jumala.
That plot was given to Hamidou Jah.
Was it given to him gratis, or he paid some money for it?
For ya diala ya swala bang for ay kodo dole jwa.
Yalong area council la diro dolbe je ka kodo dilal. Dolbe je buka dila. The deals carried out by the area council. Sometimes, if they are giving a plot to somebody, the person has to give out some money. Sometimes they just give it to him, just that person like that.
In this case, what happened?
In Kuoto muneketa.
No, this one, it was not sold.
Did he give money?
For ay kodo dila bang.
Naya didn't makalamata. If he has given any money, I am not aware of that.
Were you involved in the transaction?
Ko nyimbe tamala wato men na bang fo wato le defanan simfa pile ko boronda ko kono le bang
abiring Hamidou nata puruka alafta furole lola. Yes, when Hamidou came and said that he wants to build a bakery, atata kumanda ngole ani wole afo otumo moto mala ba kumanda yal. He went to the governor and discussed it with him, and at that time it was Modu Soma who was the governor.
Full name?
Modu Soma Job. Modu Soma Job. Modu Soma volente kumandi and area council la CEO. It was Modu Soma who called me, plus the CEO at the area council.
What's his name?
Rodu.
CEO ato kafa Baba Dindin Jobat. The CEO was called Baba Dindin Jobate. Akonye konga investor le soto me alon kanata jalaftani sen furle lolaja. He came to me and said that I got an investor who wants to build a bakery here. So, nin temporal kantingol men be sila dala ten adula jubeje me alonko. Isi notice o dila puru ye fanko nyinkeje because wole
nga sarta demanding as a senior.
Aka domanding saje kuma kan senior.
So I may it and wala mnyenti ko nyin kantingol men be sila dala ten bawo dita temporal. Then he told me that these cantines which are by the roadside, as far as the tenure there is temporary, let's remove some of them so that we will put the bakery there. Because the bakery is more powerful than this other business is going on there. Area council not notice.
Let me ask you, was that really fair?
Oh, Tilindaleba.
Yalon Dulani make a demol deal permanent. Because the reason is that location, when giving it out, they don't give it out on a permanent basis.
The question I ask is it fair to take it from the hands of those who are less powerful and give it to those you believe are more powerful? Is that fair? Yalong come down to for Wallamintico, di men la ye men di because they deal nina kama men yalong ko investors no men we sembo soto pour mo jama be na fala ji wala atin nani wolu nata ka dol bondi je men man sembo soto e dula do dila and then ye allocate wolia as far as the allocation of those plots are done on a temporary basis. So this is why if somebody comes who has a more powerful business than the ones operating there, they have to look at it and try to remove some of those less powerful businesses so that the powerful ones can have a place to establish. So this was the norm. The question is,
in government,
Was that fair?
Fo tilintale ba.
Antol fe wotu mo wala fisata puru tole taraji. Ntol man be nyaton kala jen tol nga wala mira.
Well, as for us,
nga mira wala be mol na fala.
As for us, who were among the leadership there, that's what we thought, because of those powerful business will bring more benefit to the people than the small businesses operating there.
But so you demolish their places,
Alira dingira janjang.
Those who are less powerful,
Menu yalon ko jikobe je ko man sembo soto.
and you give it to the powerful,
Al nar na di sembe mala.
and then the less powerful are left to fend for themselves.
Munta menu man sembo soto aliye tu buluken sampuru ye ya nyini fanwe.
Ani me buluken sangobula.
No, we didn't leave them empty-handed.
Did you allocate another piece of land to them?
Nga men
Keno do dila ba.
nga men allocate ya wala fango warate la nyindot.
The new places that we allocated to them, in fact, were bigger than the former plots that they occupied.
Were you going to build for them?
Faltolle ba lole ba.
Hani ntolta lole.
No, we are not going to build it for them. They should do the building for themselves.
So you demolish their places,
Sila alira dingira boy.
and then you allocate it to the powerful.
Sila nar na dingira nyin talia di sembe mal.
And then you allocate them another place,
Al nar na dingira do dila.
and you ask them to build it
Al ko fana yalo e fayi.
themselves.
Fayi.
And you know that they don't have the resources.
Na ko itala mal ko itolma na fulo soto.
Bar biri mo ibe kelaje fana sarato keta wala.
Just answer my question. We are not talking about the conditions. We are not saying that you don't have the right to remove them.
Mafoko alma nyanto soto pour ke bondije.
We are just interrogating the rationale of the decision you had taken.
Mbe ko nyini karole ke kandron ale silo menta ale baro menta ikang.
Just imagine.
Ini amir.
The poor person,
Fuaro.
you demolish their house
Ali era bungo boy.
and ask them to go and build elsewhere on their own.
Anun silang al nar ne kanin ko eta dingira do lo ifanwe.
And then you allocate it to the rich person.
Al nar na dingira nyin talia di fankamala.
How do you feel about that?
Yo je nyadi le.
Ko nga fa nyaman doron tol nga mira wala mu jamala na fati wolum.
Well, according to how we were thinking in those days, was that was going to be more beneficial to a lot of people.
Because aka keje wala nyama fana. Ka to haninte fon la kanti ngo ya boyle ya di modul.
Because that's the way things were going on at that time. Because even my own canteen was also demolished and given to somebody else.
Where Fadera did not tell this commission that you allocated him another piece of land.
Fadera ma fanyin commission we janko inata na dingira do le diala.
Ato fola ni wodula fango ni ngadaman diala manjam fanyo.
He will not say that because the new place we gave him, in fact, was very close to the old place that he was operating from.
His allegation is that you guys were given $300,000, which you shared amongst yourselves.
That was just his own thinking.
But what role did you play in this allocation of land?
Yalo nimonata keno nyini ji. Area council, for example, nimonata nembedula dilal.
You know, that area, whatever happens, if somebody comes looking for a plot, an area council is going to allocate that plot to those people. You have to go to the alkali. You have to go to the alkali and obtain a paper from him, which the alkali will stamp. You go to the governor, who will also stamp the paper. Then you go to the CEO of the area council, who will also normalize the whole arrangement.
So physical planning
after all that, physical planning will come and carry out a measurement of the place. If you want to build a house there, you can build. They will give you a permit to build a structure there.
So it is important for the alcalo to stamp it.
Na kumaya dala pour alcalo ni ayala tampo keje.
It is important for the chief to stamp it.
And ba kumaya dala fanan chefo fana ya tampo keje.
Yes.
It's important for the CEO to stamp it.
Nunghanin kabi akumaya dala fanan CEO membe ke kansulo nyindo ida kansulo nyindo fana ya tampo keje.
Yes.
Without their stamp, the document is not valid.
Ninga tra nyumol sabol bela tampo teje kaito nyinga mankumaya.
Ani.
Yes.
Take a look at this document.
Ning kaito jube ba.
Have you ever seen this document?
Inala ning kaito jela ba.
Yes.
How did you recognize it?
Ya kaito nyin sute nyadi le.
Nyimu transfer lati kwa menka penko nyen transfer Hamidu ya.
This is a transfer paper which made it, which facilitated the transfer to Hamidu.
Was this the document that was executed?
Onyinem kaito te ban kol tamata menna ba.
Anga menama nke photocopy nyinam.
Well, if it is not a photocopy, then this is the document itself.
Could you see your signature on the document?
Ila signature ben kaito balala ba.
Ngaje.
Yes, I've seen it. It's here. It's there.
Do you recognize other signatures on the document?
Yes, signir kotangol dol sute kaito nyim balala ba.
Anga alcalo la signature suteje.
I have recognized the alcalo's signature.
Aning Soma VDC.
Plus the Soma VDC.
Aning Wandifa Damfa.
And Wandifa Damfa. These are the ones I recognized.
But do you notice that there is a signature
Council.
Above?
Council, a minute.
You notice also that there is a signature above the title CEO, Chief Executive Officer.
Come again?
You notice that there is a signature above the title Chief Executive Officer.
Hanin kabiya kala mudala ko Chief Executive Officer ala makamo title ala toning abe kaito nyimbalal kodi.
Aha, abe jela Chief Executive Officer wala be safarinje.
Yes, it is there. Chief Executive Officer.
Can you show me? Look, the VDC prepared the document. That's what you said, correct?
Satela yirwa kafo nyin VDC wale kaito nyin topoto kodi.
VDC le transferring kaya.
It was the VDC who made the transfer to him.
But was it proper for the VDC to make the transfer?
For anyanta kele wala nyama ko VDC li nyanta wo transfer nginda dala.
Akache?
It used to.
But the VDC is just a committee. It has no ownership over anything.
But the VDC wal mu committee da malti itol tante ngani fenti.
VDC mu village development committee let ning development nata sata okon. Ala entry points kaketo let.
VDC is the village development committee. Any development that comes to the village, it has to go through the VDC.
But does the VDC own anything?
For VDC tole fence tole bang.
Yeah, fence soto je.
Yes,
what do they own?
Tole muni soto je.
Manga fo sata o nying bankol men beji.
As I said, in the village there, some of the lands there.
Sata mo le tamu bankot.
It is the villagers who own the lands.
Ye area council tamendile do puruka kuol taman.
They just give authorities to the area council for them to do things for them.
Wale atina VDC tartaji.
This is why the VDCs are there.
Shouldn't this transfer have been done by the area council?
O area council man nyanda ngin transfer ngin kela.
Potol manya nakel.
For area council nyole manya nakela.
Area council sakeno le VDC sakeno.
Area council can do the transfer, the VDC too can do the transfer.
Well, I don't really know the statutory status of the VDC. And I don't know whether it can own property or it can act as trustee for property. So let me leave it at that. But show me the stamp of the chief on that document.
Silang ning chief ni la stamp otandae kaito kono je.
I did not see that, but my signature is there.
So the document is not valid.
Akamonta ko ning kaito ning manke kaiti betoti.
Itelea for that.
You said it.
Not signature majidi.
I did not see my signature.
No, your signature is there.
Na stampo.
My stamp,
signature beje.
but my signature is there.
So the document is not valid.
Kamonta ko kaito ning manke kaiti kendeti de.
Show me the stamp of the city council, of the area council.
La area council wala stamp otandin na kaito kono ba.
No, those people also, their stamp is not there.
So again, the document is not valid.
Kote ke fanan kaito ning manke kaiti kendeti de.
And look at the date of signing by the CEO.
CEO kaito singe lungo minna.
So what's the date?
Olungo formolier.
Tell us the date.
On the 7th May.
That is on the 7th of May.
Tell us the day the transfer is made.
Transfer
Look at the middle of the document.
Kaito nyinte ma jibe bang. Transfer kete lungo minna e o formolier ba.
July 2007.
That was
Tell us the full date.
Lungo be formolier. Lunjuma.
On the 17th.
On the 17th.
So it means the CEO signed the transfer document even before the transfer is made.
Akamunta ko silan CEO we nyin kaito de lungo ngi sa sign ne atara transfer fangom danding transfer fang bekela.
Never.
Nyadi?
Could you pass it?
Ma understand.
I did not understand that.
Well, the CEO signed on the 7th. The transfer is purported to be made on the 17th.
Ko CEO ngi lungo min na sign ke o mo on the 17th.
Okay.
But the transfer ngi o lungo e min ke je o mo on the 17th.
So Mr. Jajisi.
La Mr. Jajisi.
Nyim fanang alboitale. It looks like there are irregularities on this one.
Kamunta ko aleta mandirol min tama mi alon ko akake o nyama de.
No work at all to understand.
If that happened, I did not understand.
No.
But you said the document needed to be stamped by the chief, but you did not stamp it.
But I didn't have to ko nyin kaito nyin chief le nyanta sign a stamp la.
But it must stamp.
But it must stamp.
Na stamp ote je de tonyaran.
True, my stamp is.
Ar wakata nyame wala njakal.
The way that happened, that's what surprised me.
You also said the area council should stamp it, but their stamp is not there.
Ya fole ko teke area council fana nyanta stamp la. Bay la stamp o fango tije.
You see, Mr. Ja did not do anything.
Ajele Mr. Ja wo man fen kede.
But you and the CEO and it's only the alcalo who did something proper.
Barete ni CEO. Ngamera alcalo damale ku kendo ke ngil lanto de. Nin ko wol kono.
Okay. Okay.
Ha ndela tampo la tare bale aje de wayen jakal.
The absence of my
Okay,
stamp,
not
that's surprising.
because got film ni matam.
Because how can you sign something you did not stamp it?
Well, you are the only one who can explain it. And if you
That surprised me.
Council, does the witness confirm that the signature of his is authentic?
Yaman kame nyini ka council wala nyindi ko fo ite sedo fo ya sabatindi la ko ila stampo nyi menke je fo stamp le me yalon ko
the signature.
The sign or nyi ila sign o nyi yeme sign o menke je sign le me yalon ko sign to nyamala.
Ante fangole a sign. Na sign rola.
Yes, it was my signature.
Thank you.
Mike, council.
Thank you very much. Where was this guy allocated? Kasim Fadera.
Silang Kasim Fadera atolia samba muntolia dula jumale diala no.
Ala daman diala be area council fango balal.
The place where he was allocated was near area council.
It
was not far from the old place where he was.
Who did the allocation?
Jumale nying asambaje dula nyin diatala.
We did it. We gave him the place.
Area council
Myself and the area council together.
When was that?
Jumale woketa.
Long time since this thing happened. We gave him the another place.
You are confirming that? You are under oath. We would further investigate that.
The portion that was given to him was even bigger than where he was previously.
You see, I don't dispute that area council can remove people and reallocate the place to bigger investors, because you want to attract bigger investors to create jobs and things like that.
Ko area council se mol bondi lado to isaje business bal dundi odulato because I love the bundal yele do kulali o amango soso.
Yes, but if you demolish their places, at least give them compensation. Because you are giving it to somebody with more power. Because they did not build their structures there unlawfully, they built it according to law. Anyway, let's move on to another point. Let's look at Kasamanding Gassama.
Kasamanding Gassama la kuwa fanangibe.
Tell us about Kasamanding. What happened?
Kasamanding na kuwa fumolie muneketa.
Kasamanding denga mbesirin lundola ngaje diamola TRRC akanto foje.
Kasamanding, there was a day I was sitting in my house. I saw him talking at the TRRC, mentioning my name.
Akakuma kanwalumen for
what he was saying.
Aketambulu surprise it.
It was a surprise to me. See, okay.
It
was a surprise to me because I have never have any issue with Kasamanding, much more to have a push and pull with him or her.
So,
I heard her saying that I was the one who removed her in her house, if I may remember.
Surprise ballot.
That was a big surprise to me.
What
I was aware about Kasamanding's issue when she was living in my house. I am aware that there was a time some people were summoned at the revising court.
So
they used to go to court at Mansakongo.
Ngamera magistrate wonate nyinenka kulella mammen fo bukata kitu yoleta bamfa nyinenka evidence wala by mammen produce.
I think the said magistrate did ask them about a question which they cannot, I think, whether they were not going to court or something like that. Later I heard that the magistrate has taken them to Janjambure.
Anna londo dantala koto labanen Kasamanding nanama affair soto sakura ka dunila ka meya longo amanka silot.
That is all I know about Kasamanding, but I have never taken any decision about Kasamanding that she cannot carry it.
Yeah.
Were you an APRC supporter? That time?
Yes, I used to.
You were card bearing, you were a member of the party?
Nana ya a support le nana APRC support.
Yes, I used to support APRC party.
And you used to wear asubi?
Anika asubil dunne nu wato.
Amansia.
Not much.
But
Not
you
much.
used to
It
wear
used
it.
to happen.
Ikamune dunnu.
Mansia nenka dunga mansia.
Even if I used to wear it, but it's not usually.
Hold on. But mbatungata VDC la kuwoto kotenke.
Okay.
Yanding so memuru nan kasamanding la ko.
Okay.
Loyal ya kumo bondi de. The lawyers have, produced the point. Just like I was thinking, the VDC, they do not own land. They have not been entrusted with land. The VDC cannot transfer land.
VDC imang
Ifansun kenol tebulu. Ibuka ite transfer kenol la ifanya.
Ito fanang transfer kenol la okulo.
VDC is transfer kenol because it told them development the entry point.
VDC can effect transfer because they are the entry point of every development in a particular.
And those
VDC members are also natives of that village.
So transfer
That being the case, they can make transfer if the villagers agreed.
And so what's the term of provision, your instrument you read from?
No, it's the customary law of this country.
Okay. Yeah.
The VDC is not a recognized structure in the administration of land in the community. The VDC is just to receive investments, things that would help the community. But the VDC does not own land, and it's not entrusted with the authority to administer land. The only person given the authority to administer land is the alcalo. It is the alcalo who can transfer the land, but not the VDC.
Yeah.
The VDC does not own land. The trustee for the land in every village is the alcalo.
Kuluwa sembo di minna wolom alcalo te pour kanying bankolo
ni ala kaito nyimbala jube alcalo la tampo bejele ka transfer ni sembentuya.
But if you look at the document, the alcalo's stamp is there to empower the transfer.
Alcalo aya stamp just like a witness.
Alcalo waya tampule rampur ka sedoti. That is to empower.
Because alcalo
the alcalo is the custodian of the village.
In fact, the allegation is that this document, Exhibit 224B, is a forgery. You guys just falsified a document. You forced the alcalo, you applied pressure on the alcalo to sign and stamp it.
That
is the allegation. I'm not saying that.
No, manka what?
It's not that.
Who was the VDC chairman? Who was the VDC chairman in Soma at the time?
It's
long time. Maybe if you look at
the because I want
it's long time now.
Well, here I have the law on village development committee.
Kana luwa lenyin ne karandi comme luwa yi molu VDC kol
sa tela yiru wande kafo la la committee la luwa
Local Government Act.
Naman sekundarin luwa.
We would continue to look at it because I have just seen it. Okay, here it is. The Village Development Committee shall be responsible for identifying local development needs in consultation with the community. Prioritizing such development needs in consultation with the committee. Prioritizing such development needs in consultation with the committee. I think it should have been in consultation with the community. Raising, coordinating and managing financial resources at the village level. And shall be held accountable for all the financial and other resources. Mobilizing community participation in development activities. Implementing and managing such development plans and projects as the council may approve for implementation at village level.
And committee fana be karla fero landila anila tamandri sirol me alonko wala be sakarla sato yirwandi lando be sambala ning ayatara council sontala be la fero tala ya landi council nyati no ning adara council sontala isi blobi.
Supporting and strengthening all development oriented socio-cultural groups within the community.
Andunka de maroke de yirwala ko kume alonko fo ada yirwa ande ko lam ko kume alonko sate yirwandi ko lam isi kafundankala.
Carry out such other functions as may be assigned to it by the council or the ward development committee.
And si dogo keno ninga tra council ya dila waranto ila ward committee nyingi wala dila purka ke la sate wala yirwandi nafa.
In the exercise of its functions under this section,
ilaw tamandiro to nyin luwa koto.
A village development committee may operate bank accounts and appoint a treasurer to manage its resources.
Sate yirwandi kafo nying isi accounto yela bank me alonko be kondoso la jela kodo be mabul dami andu si motom bon fana me alonko be la maraling ilaw nafulo le baf mele treasurer.
And appoint such other officers from among its members as it may deem necessary.
Andung ilaw itol mo dandangol kono je si modol tombon no kono jele ni ngadara sulo be je.
Council, don't give Senator away yet. Is there an establishment clause in that act? The VDC establishment clause?
Yes, there is.
And there is no reference there as to whether or not it could acquire
land.
Land.
No. So that's why I have just read out the responsibilities of the VDC. So you see quite clearly it's not given responsibilities in allocating land. Because the VDC does not own land.
VDC be sate o men kono.
VDC in where they are residing in a particular village.
Wala tamu land nyint.
The land belongs to them.
So nimmo nata pour ka nyine bul.
So anybody comes to look for a land.
Si assign no le pour ya transfer o Maria.
They can be assigned for so that they can make the transfer to that person.
You have to have the capacity.
Chief, you cannot execute. You cannot lawfully execute a power that you do not have.
Ako chief, ite luwa tamandila mi alonko mo luwa soto. Wo sembo iman sembo dilela.
Do you recall, Chief? You had appointed an alcalo together with your commissioner, and it was unlawful.
Hakilo bulata ite chief ya alcalo ni tombo.
Inila kumandang
ando woni luwa manta.
But woni nyin case man killing.
This is the same, exactly the same thing. The VDC allocated land, it had no power to allocate.
Ni fana muku kilingole ni VDC fana ye kordal di mol. Oni luwa manta.
Nting I understand the wala munyenti VDC musate wala kafolet.
What I understand is that VDC is an association for the
VDC
and our
VDC can recommend to the alcalo.
VDC also could ne isute no
alcalo
that give land to this person because it brings good development to the village. But VDC cannot take the land and give it. Because who is the custodian of the land in your chieftaincy? In your chieftaincy, in your area. Who is the custodian? Who is the custodian?
The alcalde used to be the custodian in his village.
And who is above the alcalde?
The
So,
chief.
which role, where is the VDC in that hierarchy?
BDC la lo dula moment wala musata wala development.
The VDC stand there is the redevelopment of the village.
Development bina akana through akadu ani tolela.
Any development that is supposed to come to a particular village, it has to pass through the VDC.
Just a moment. Okay. The land in the village is governed by customary law, correct? Isn't it? Oh. So the land
Adama ado
Tradition.
akamara adol.
It used to be ruled by traditions.
and who is the custodian of the customary law in the village?
Apart from this chief is the alkali.
Is the VDC involved in that?
Oh, VDC
Ha, me ye dabulandi jenga wala foete.
Why they are
Just
involved in
answer
that's
the
what I have
question.
said.
Is the VDC involved in the implementation of customary law in the village? The VDC is limited only to economic issues.
And in development.
In development.
Exactly. So the VDC has no place in allocating land.
Mol men be sata okono wolle le mandate de la pour ya land transfer.
The people living in that particular village are the people who gave the VDC the mandate for them to make effect the transfer on their behalf.
Where is that mandate written in our laws?
Ntima wolonde baranga lonko BDC mu bundale te chata ko me alonko yiriwa etolle be lori yiriwa so ni aje ye tol asan pour yake
all I know is that VDC is in the village for them to lead all development in the village.
It looks like this was just an afterthought to show that really this allocation was done for economic reasons. That is why you brought in the VDC here. It was just meant to cover up your activities.
No.
And you received $300,000 in the process. Shared by the signatories to this document. Okay. Okay. Show me the receipt number for the payments made for the processing of this document. A fee must be paid. process the document. Show me the receipt number.
Joro nyanta kelale ningi kaito be dala.
Anyway, you remember the 224 man for
Adula beje ajube bang. Look at the last paragraph. The last few lines.
Sapa labango nying. Nine labango nying wol jibe ba.
Anyway, I don't kaito from area council akabolet.
Anyway, you know this document.
I
don't know why they did not.
But
I don't know.
If it was receipted, should the receipt number not have been quoted?
May kaito nyin sambana bondi area council.
The person who brought the document took it from.
So, new woman keje woto area council le work.
If at all that number, those numbers are not there, then it's
because land transfer kaito nyinga kabo area council.
Because the land transfer document used to come from the area council.
If the fee is not paid, would the transfer be valid?
Sila ning atare kodo minyanta jula kaito edada niwo manjo. Yamara kaito nyimbe bete yala ba. Kaito kendo.
Asikeno ama ate bete yala.
Maybe it will not be good.
But yala kaito betol fangol level.
But you know the document is under their custody.
But you cannot claim that this is a forgery because you have accepted that that is your signature.
Ma foko tapale walam.
I did not say it's forgery.
Ma foko tapale walam. Ika yin receipt number man yin nkate.
This receipt number that you are asking.
Ni woman keje woto etolel ma keje.
That number is not there, that is their fault. They are the one who did not do it. Because I signed it. Alkali signed it, his stamp was there. And in our village, there are many elders, they also sign it.
They claim that you just put pressure on these people to sign. But this transfer did not go according to the law. That is what they claim.
Council yalon dulani manke nyun dulani mu dolelu tati adu ni ba di la fane ka di conditional le kan.
Council, you know this place, the place belongs to them, and if they are
giving
it,
and
this place also, when they were asked to vacate there, it was not only Kasum who was asked to vacate. Myself, my canteen was demolished. Another person also.
Well, Mr. What was the value of your canteen?
Your canteen.
What was the value?
Cement block.
Cement block. Cement bungolam.
Was it up to 30,000? Was it up to 30,000? Of course you know. You built it.
Because the time they were built, it was long time.
At that time, was it worth 30,000? Be careful, pictures of it might emerge.
Lie here
was it
since
up to 30,000?
Because what more cemento dabe nyameng cemento inka wato mempota what more cemento daman kuya.
Because at that time, the time we are talking about, that time the cost of cement was not.
No, what more cemento daman kuya ko biya be nyame.
Was it up to 50,000 the value?
No,
No, it's not up to that.
So if you are offered 100,000, you would not mind to demolish a building of 30,000 just for that.
Council moment fendi naji.
Council nobody give me.
Akachele pour development. Chata wala development.
It used to happen for the development of.
You are on the oath. Are you telling the commission on the oath that you did not receive any money for this transaction?
No.
That answer is not.
I did not receive anything.
You are saying that, recognizing that you are on the oath.
Yes.
Okay, let us move on. We would verify whether whether an allocation has been made to all those people who have been moved. Huh? So now let's go to Kasamanding. Kasamanding said that you organized their arrest mainly because he was UDP and they objected to fraudulent registration of non-Gambians to vote for APRC.
No, man son Kasamandin na kumola.
No, I disagree to Kasamandin's.
Kasamandin na namang dala.
Did Kasamanding object to certain persons she claimed were foreigners to have been registered?
Ate balantale ka foko nyimmo ate min foko wol manke banku dingol ti pour allié register abalanta wol la
ah yalon ate damante mo jamalelum ade bota chate jamalel tamanke dulakile
they came from different villages
and they were arrested. They were under your jurisdiction, was it? Weren't they?
Inate muta and inate isamba ite fangoya.
No, it may sambante ana.
No, they were not brought to me.
Didn't you take the matter to the police?
Faima wo ko ni samba police olia.
Wo yalo man kentela dokuti because nte fana ni na dokuolam.
You know, that is not my job.
Alung jeman ke amanche ko ye wo mol men ye wo ke bentela district oda malaka wo
those people who live in my district.
Yes, but you were an APRC militant. You were just not a supporter. You were a militant. You were pushing the APRC agenda in your village.
But ite manke just APRC kanun teote. But ite fango mu APRC kafu dingoliti. Fango be APRC la kuoli ni Morikani fango na sa.
Nte ma wo ngani yo soto purka mota ka bulandi problemo kono wasifa la kono ka fa ko am UDP le no
I don't have any intention that this particular person supports
mo e problemo soto e kana yale tela nyanto momenti la karola ngak nde buka jube ko kare mu UDP le kare mu APRC le wala be
in fact Kasamanding said that after she was arrested and you went to the police and insisted and ordered the police officers that she be transferred to Janjambure prison because all the men were transferred to Janjambure prison and she was left at the police station. You went there and insisted that she also be taken to Janjambure prison.
Kasamandim fango continue ke tumi ka foko ite fango ite tara fo police station pour ka kango di police la pour ya Kasamandim bondi police kunda ya samba Janjambure kasoto kato on kelu be minube nungeye be samba kasoto le faytu ate so ite tara je pour ka je ko foi sa bondi je ya samba Janjambure kasoto.
Just
against
but what agenda? Why would she, of all people, she could have accused of that? Why would she choose you?
Maybe hidden agenda
against me.
Maybe he has a
hidden agenda. Akontel tata jenko police waliala bari wotonte fana mo sembe ma balati
because he said I went to the police station and asked the police
I am glad
if that is the case I am glad
nata police
I am glad that you are sitting here downplaying the power that you have. The people in Jara they thought you were ultra powerful. You had so much power. It was
I don't offend.
Well, people in Jara were afraid of you.
What do you people are saying? If I told those were my acts, because today I will not be there.
Well, if you did, today, what you were doing for APRC, you would still be in power. What party are you supporting now? What party are you supporting now?
I am not a supporter of any party.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, for a couple, say for the political.
They said the chiefs should.
What
should
party
support
do
any
you
political
support
party.
now?
And in my party, men can support and tell for more fun in Tata Carte Fire la Lume.
No, the political party that I support, I will not reveal that until
Parenta for a Conga party car support. Balambuka party car
cast my
support.
vote.
If
what or say which rally did you last attend?
labanta kata rally jumal.
Minto.
Which political rally did you last attend?
Anante man political rally attend. Biring Adama Sita and beat him, man political rally attend.
Since this new
You
government
call him
was-
Adama. Do you guys have a relationship?
I never.
No, I'm a relationship, but for na president.
He's my president.
And that's about it. Just like he's my president. No relationship.
Is that
Chief,
What relationship, Sifa?
what type of relationship do you mean?
Are you supporting his party?
Nkwelente kapati yomen support nte to fola mwe fon ntata carte fire.
I'm saying that the political party that I'm supporting, I will not tell anybody until
Because
I
you
go
men
to
for wala
go to
minti
the polls.
controllable political con.
Because what they said we the chiefs, we should distance ourselves from politics.
And you are respecting that.
Now respect.
Yes, I respected that.
Because mbukata political meeting dula.
Because I don't normally go to political meetings.
Four, natra president on nata tamola.
Except that when the president is on a tour
Na nata tamola na bankolukan.
and he happens to come to our region,
Nkama beji.
I used to be present
But
there.
they are
tell him
all,
president.
Because
they
he's
are
the
all the
president.
same.
Aninte maje ko um dip same let because president mu mol bela president let.
Because no, I did not see that as the same. The president is
So-
all of us.
so
He is
anyway,
our president.
Adun tollel be siring
Chief,
banko nyin kan
Chief,
pour kas ataman.
Chief.
We are the people who is in that region to do our work.
Let's leave the point.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a right to support whosoever you want to support. But I think it is fair that you keep your support to yourself. And that is very fair. But during Yahya Jammeh's time, you were not doing that. You were openly an APRC supporter who was intimidating people who were supporting other parties. That's the allegation your people are making against you.
No, I never intimidate people.
Party Carle to Kawala support, Wala Nanke Siland, and Tabukamo Siland.
Also political party. No, I never intimidate.
Well, all the witnesses who testified here against you from your area claim to have been supporters of UDP.
Ha! Because what Montani Mantara party killing?
That can happen because at that time I was not in the same party with them.
So, and they are saying
that you intimidated them, you persecuted them mainly because they did not support your party. You and Baba Job, for that matter.
Ya kafunyoma Baba Job baluri
It was just a plan since Baba Job is of late now.
Ye ferol le de da burkana jang ka ferol landi jang kamala ise fen sotono
so that they can have something.
But men be kanyem for sakonyen kasamandin teni woman nana na man affaire so.
All these people, especially Kasamanding, I have never have any.
Benyim fo men na dunia le ke la moy na yankol fangol belda ila moy kan.
Yeah, the whole world is listening to me, especially my own
people. Tonyen diro la me alon ka sembo warta.
Offended me seriously.
Kangola na adun me alon ko nana na ma adun tem.
Alleging me on something that I have never have an issue with him.
Okay, all right. Well, the Kabada people also said that you reported them to the NIA, saying that they were going to demonstrate against Jammeh, as a result of which they were arrested.
That never happened. Where they are seeing it, that's the way I am also hearing it.
But why are all these people really pointing fingers at you if you didn't do anything?
Yeah, fair only that. Yalan birim falindiro keta mol sitale ye ferolu de da mol kamma men yalan koy tarta ya jamela mansa kunda kono pour que
number since the change of government, people start and discuss among themselves to late plan against people who were supporters of APRC.
Ni ba de da la fanan ka kala mutala because ñun men be ñun keteng.
And when they are doing that, we are aware because there are certain people who used to come and inform us.
But Chief, those days the chiefs were very powerful APRC supporters. If you are in the village, you don't support APRC, you have a problem with them. Many a times that happened.
Chief Bareo atul kono Chief Solde mo sembele malonde kaya jamela party support.
It's not like now where you are told to be neutral in your exercise of your function. You see, now you can sit in television and say that you have no relationship with the president. In those days, you would not do that.
Council politics for la dabulo politico kono keta birin karaba jawara jamanol.
Council, the involvement of the chief in politics that happened since Jawara's regime.
It got worse during the Jame era.
Yamela watola nata jawya.
Sikeno barente o dente la carola.
But for my side,
it was like that.
Nte la carola.
On my side.
Nte bukamo binding na kafo ko be imantara APRC.
I don't follow people saying that you are not a APRC supporter.
Because ni ajube.
Because if you looked at it,
Sate Jamal be na bankoka UDP la ke gagné.
There are many villages in our regions. UDP used to won.
Yes, but you cannot force the people to vote the way you want.
That is it.
You see, even Kasamanding's case is corroborated by Kemeseng.
Kasamandin na ko fana ning Kemeseng fana na ko fana mata nyolal. The mic
suggesting that Kemeseng also conspired with Kasamanding to implicate you on this?
We left off la Kemeseng fana ning Kasamandin dental drong ke kafu pur kaje ko ye tumi.
Kemeseng way munefo.
What did Kemeseng say?
He repeated the same story, that you got Kasamanding arrested and sent to Janjambure prison because he was a UDP supporter who pointed out those people who were registered by APRC and they were non-Gambian.
Ala kumo manshot. Kemeseng nyol be mol l'economie ni alon ko lula fitantol problème la because be damenton untol mantaraji.
Witch hunting. We are not supporting there.
Witch hunting.
We are doing witch hunting.
Were you witch hunting them?
No.
When you were in power?
Never. I never did that. Yeah, the one who used to impose fight. Yeah, the one who used to impose fight on us.
During APRC days?
Yes.
Okay. You denied Kasamanding. Would you also deny the Imam? The Imam of Soma?
Soma la Imam.
Didn't you take him to the police and have him detained there because of dispute in land, about land?
Police ya ko ya mara.
Alaji Karamo Kante.
Bole keta korda ko ate Alaji Karamo.
Alaji Karamo Kante la kuo keta nyama she was satano.
Alaji Karamo Kante's issue I can explain that.
Did you take him to the police?
Nana masamba police.
Asamba num police oliale.
I have never taken him to the police.
Was he taken to the police?
Okay, was he arrested? Police oliale.
Maybe he was taken there, but I
suggesting you don't know? Are you suggesting you don't know?
Anana tata police.
He once went to the police.
On account of what?
Wala nan ko lafita wala sata.
Just answer an account of what?
Ya samba munela police.
Ya samba menna police.
The reason that he was taken to the police,
Anin sate mol le problem osot.
he has a problem with the villagers.
Atele mo almamote aka kutubo ke jama oto.
He is the imam of the village, and he used to do preaching in the village. In
Ala
the mosque.
kutubo wato la ka sate molu neng.
During his preaching, he used to insult the villagers.
So sate molu nata benga kama.
Then the villagers agreed for him,
Iko akamenka ayabula.
saying that what he used to do, let him stop it.
Continue takake.
He continued doing that.
Lunkilinte benna bungo kono alkalo ni molu nata je.
One day I was in my house, the alkali and some people came there to my house.
Ka ala ko report ya karamo kanendiro men ke la ninga be kutubola.
They lodged a complaint to me that the Imam Karamo, he used to make insult when he is doing preaching.
Ko la fitala ka bondi almamea.
They said they want to remove him as the Imam.
Ko e janna albe o kala alimbatu nga kumandi nga kachande na dia.
Eko?
Ko janna aliba bondi la alimbatu nga kumandi na kacha.
I said to them that before you remove him, let me call him.
Mr. Witness,
Kedo.
there may have been two issues.
To ngi muku fulalti.
Okay, the issue of the imamship
Imam la kuo.
and the issue of the land between you and him.
Ani
Meye wo samba na nkana ye woleto.
Okay.
Be futala
That
jele.
brought that.
Okay.
That's where I am heading.
Okay, proceed.
So biri nga kumandi
When I called him,
nga moment ki agnoma nu ikafua ele wandi fa damfa.
the person I sent to go and call him is called Wandifa Damfa
Anin Abdou Dabo.
and Abdul Dabo.
Of the same VDC that you used in that document.
O VDC kilingol de minta kay foko.
Wal minna tan ko leddi.
These are your people. They do what you told them to do.
Mila molle.
Kansul lu kara yam fanya ngani sate ya moy.
Ita lafta minute ko le tamandi.
Yaje.
Proceed.
So biri tata no me ya fa ka ko sefo ko sita.
When they went to call him and tell him that the chief said you go and answer to him,
Akoye ko ntitan dankulama because afale ke dankum fama mama ke dankum mama ate fana nante dankulantelem.
He said to them that I'm not going to answer to him because his father used to answer to my father, and his grandfather also used to answer to my grandfather.
So now he also has to come and answer to me.
Akonte fana nyanta talan dankulama.
Now he also said I should also go and answer to him.
So bida ofo
When he said that,
inata yakumo fonya.
they came and replied to me.
Mo dolbe je wol nata fo ko hani bimbatun tol ngamuraka.
There are other people who said, now, let us go and return back to him.
Muruta ya the same thing I will for.
When they returned back to him, the same words, that's what he said to them.
So then nata fo alkalo ko shine.
Now I said to the alcalo, now,
Ntenganda boje.
I am excluding myself from it now.
Nte dabo tajel.
I'm not part of it now.
So sate mol nata bondi.
Then the villagers remove him
Anala kabila mol.
and his Kabila people.
Kabiri ya bondi.
When he was removed,
Anata safero ke president's office.
he wrote a letter to the president's office.
Ya jamme safe.
He wrote a letter to the president, Yahya Jammeh,
Afoko ntelenga bondi almame yar.
saying that I am the one who removed him as the imam.
So biringa yo for another investigation team wakina.
When he said that they sent an investigation team,
Nte bejele ngam mol nata kan CID yol nata ya na suokono.
I was there. CIDs came to my residence, my home.
Yenyinen ka men ketala almame akoto ngasate.
They asked me about what happened about his imam issue. I told them.
So yesate mol fana nyinen ka.
They asked the villagers too.
So inata ta.
They left.
Biri tata.
When they left,
Biri report of futandi wolle nata. Wolle nata na order di ka arrest ka samba chiti.
when those people forwarded the report, it was that report. Based on that report, they came to arrest him.
Ya samba chiti.
Mr. Witness.
Was taken to court.
Mr. Witness.
Kedo.
We have another witness here.
Asedo do fanan soto janne de.
Abdurrahman Kante.
Koma dingolet.
Yes, but he too has a right to give evidence.
Defana e nyanto soto le kala sedi arodi.
And he said
Nada foko.
his father lent a plot of land to Yaya Jaju's stepfather to rear his cattle.
Ako fama le
Keno da ya
corona don't fu fu ya jaji si mamalla puralan korelandije.
And after a period of about 3 years, he was told that the land does not belong to him.
Lanka bringa stangi sabasoto inata fay ko ngi korda manketati.
And that it belongs to your family.
Ko Allah dimbayale tam.
And because of this confrontation, you removed him from the alcalship, from the imamship, and asked him to report to Mansakonko station. And as a result of that, he wrote to Yaya Jammeh. And then he got charged with giving false information.
This
is how
that never happened.
Okay, Kasim Fadera.
Okay.
Kasim Fadera also explained it like that. And he said, you are responsible for the removal and the arrest and the trial of Karamo Kante, former Imam of Jara, over a land dispute in the year 2011.
But council investigation team
I think you should send an investigation team so that they can find out. Council is my enemy. Well before the issue of this country. Every day, if you read newspapers or radio stations, you will see that he will allege. Kasum, the type of person he is, you people, you don't know.
But we are also told that you are not as holy and as straightforward as you make us believe. Just like you are saying about Kasim, the people under your charge in Jara, many people say you used to bully them. You used to impose your will on them to do what you wanted.
Adute kuma fola fana mensa itandiko mensa itanda tolla ko itol kam mempo wala mutonya.
There is no witness and there is nothing that they can say.
But for this we have to
menje doro wala mukoibe ikona pour ka kumo fo ka kangolantela pour kantoku.
They agreed among themselves to they connive among themselves.
Are you saying that there was no land dispute between the imam and your stepfather?
Land dispute man
yes, and he lent his land to your stepfather.
Adun council mbatunga je sene andima.
Bado mandoma nale.
Tanat soro nyanta sotola.
Bado mandoma nonde nda be kanna sorno. Ni atare ndino atitano.
Okay. Ntoli ya kunkolu mu kabilo lelutati.
In our area, the farmlands belongs to the Kabilos.
Kabilo atebe kante kunda kabilo la kwa.
It belongs to the kante kunda Kabilos.
Ntolbe bakunda kabilo.
And we are from the Bakunda of Kabilos.
Telini na kunkolu lemu.
We have our own farmlands, and they also have their own farmlands. For example, if I have to take his farmland, let him go to the court. He still now is there. Let him summon our that elder person, saying that he is the land belongs to him. And every time we used to have land trials.
The question is not whether there was a trial or not. The issue is that there was a land dispute, and then you retaliated on him by getting him to take into
he was doing this act, at that time he was removed.
They say that this land dispute happened before he was removed. You are saying it happened after.
Wato mga reporto sa president wa wato le yin penje buruka wo denden di kuwanyi na puruka afoko sefo na be nyosa ba kalana la wala tana bon.
The time he wrote to the president, that was the time he did connive saying that.
But it was your people who removed him.
It was the villagers who removed him. He said that for me personally, I never want them. Because it has never happened in our village. But
you see, you have a habit of removing these powerful officers. You remove the imam, you also remove the alcalo. How many alcalos have you removed?
Never remove any alcali in my district. I never removed him. I heard him saying this thing in the radio.
The
problem that he used to say between me, myself and him, at that time he was not yet an alcali. A dog acquired at the swamp area.
So NEA and forestry nata foko je stop but ya fontele pour ngataji.
NEA and the forestry make an order for that to stop, but they passed through me for me to go together with them and inform me.
Okay, more never marale wo kuare la tele kaje banko afimolo.
They said it was Kemorin who is responsible of that. He is the one who used to sell land to people.
So nga fala mole nga na mol ci akampuru ya fa ko sama NEA ko wanin forestry ko bina jampuru ngata wo dulato ju.
And I sent people to him, inform him that NEA and forestry has sent people to me that tomorrow they will come here for us to go to the site.
So volunata
they came.
He
refused to go.
So Asamba police.
Those are the people who took him to the police. At that time he was not yet an alcali.
Well,
that's how it happened. These are all allegations that Kasim and others are doing just to tarnish my name.
Kasim has nothing to do with this. So it was after that Kemoring became an alcalde.
Yes, it was after that. But he
who removed him?
Nobody removed him. He died there. I was the one who inaugurated him. Nobody removed him.
Well, we would further investigate that. Okay. And the case of Alaji Karamo Kante.
Alaji Karamo Kante la kuwoldo.
Who won the case?
Jumale kitio nyinganye.
I don't know.
You know he was freed. He was acquitted and discharged.
It
was the magistrate who made him free.
Arrested.
I disagree to that.
That's what they say.
Where can I get that power for me to cause the arrest of a magistrate? Where will I get that power for me?
You had the support
Anybody who
of the
think of
APRC also behind you.
Huh? There are many words roaming about. Those words are never happening.
Because in myself
sitting here, I was once removed from my chiefdom. If at all I was the powerful man of
who removed you?
Was president.
Of course. So you cannot compare your power with the president.
Powerful because Minister Beji governor beje,
But-
president obeje,
but on
nte
this-
kanyin kuja wol ke molu la wol katara deri buka ofo ha bar wente
The minister
jakal
is there, the governor is there, the president is there. Now they are saying that I'm doing these bad things to people.
wolu
They are
bebe
hearing, they
je
are keeping
adu
quiet.
ika
That surprised me.
ni mole kuja wol ke kai ika mol muta ika molu sorong
And when people did bad things, they used to have arrested them and lock
nte
them.
kanyin kuja jama ke molu la inana ma oken
And now, if as people are saying that I used to do these bad things to people and they have never did
kon
anything.
telefona sembo warata mol be
Am I the
Onka magistrate
only
or
one who is
arrest.
powerful than anybody?
Well,
woyen jakal
That surprised me.
they say you had the support of the APRC behind you.
no council muna
APRC la-
wol political
Weren't you amongst those who were going around the country trying to make Yaya Jammeh king?
Fo
Joma.
ida man tra mol kono minuka yayi bankoto.
Yayi pour ka ke mun.
Mansati.
kake mansat non te mantara wol kon
No, I'm not that part of
Are
those
you
people.
sure you are not part of it?
ani
Well, we have evidence that you are part of it.
I'm not part of mantaraji
I'm not part of them.
You've never participated in meetings to make Yaya Jammeh king.
Pourquoi Yaya Jammeh ke mansoti?
yalom biri wo meeting
Answer that. Be careful
Ya
what
biro
you say.
ke
ani ma beje
No,
You've
I
never participated
I never
in any meeting.
Ine mama be hani
mama be ka biara banko kan ka fo ka ay ke chin
Anywhere in Gambia.
ko
Anywhere in Gambia.
ha ye meeting o ke yale
Yes, they have a
It's
meeting
here.
in my area.
na because time o ketale itata district ko luto inte fana na district ko inata ji
Yes, they made travel. They traversed the country and they came to my meeting, my district also.
amma
They
be ta o
have
meeting
meeting.
to
And you
Yes, I was present
participated.
there.
ma be ta o meeting to ha
And you
Yes, I was
supported
present there.
making Yaya Jammeh king.
Ndiyo ko fana sembelto ya pourquoi Yaya Jammeh ke mansati?
wolu
That day.
ha men ma be ta je ya support
That day, those people who were present there, they all supported it.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. So you people, you had a lot of power. Because you were going to do the ultimate for Yaya Jammeh, you enjoyed a lot of power. You were going to make him king of Gambia.
Ka Yaya Jammeh ke mansoti.
ari yalo wo be molle be okela wote ke no la ko sefo lel be okela
That depends on the people. The
because
chiefs
ni
alone
wo be
cannot do
kela molle be carte o fay
that. But all that is to happen, the people will vote.
My friend,
wote ke no la ay wuli doron ay ke cindi
That will not happen just like that for him to just. stood up
Awulita
and be
Dorong
a king.
Aketa chairman APRC head of state.
ani bar woni nyi manki
That is
Muna
different
tinna
from this
imankiling.
me ya tinde manki
The reason why they are different.
ni mo be kela kinti wo banko molle be ka kafu nyoma ya ke je nyin do ay
Person
men
needs
ko
to become a
beta
king.
man
The
sha
people of that country has to stood up and make him a king.
You people just wanted to hijack our constitution and make Yaya Jammeh king.
Tol dala laftan na
ate ke no la because ni abe kela fo ay ta molu ya folo
Because if it is to happen, it has to go. pass
So
through
how
people.
was it to be called? The kingdom of Kanilai or the kingdom of the Gambia?
Fani,
Kumani la
mo
nyani
wolon.
kanina la kingdom fo.
King
Kingdom.
James the First. Was it going to be like that?
ani ma lo ba kela nyame definitely
Anyanda kela
They
King
are
James
they
the
are
first
going to
lady.
do it.
nyame
So you wanted to sacrifice the sovereignty of this country. Really? The Republican status, rather, of this country,
molle la
and make Yaya Jammeh king?
wo mu mo dolle la mira lolu
No,
That is
it's
the
a
thinking of
Lamira
some
Lolo.
people. That is the thinking of some
aman kente la mira lot
But you supported it.
molle a mira lo soto ye tamo ke banko kan
You
people have
supported
the
it.
idea
Futata
and
ya
they
ya
traverse the
fonye.
country.
ale mda mante ya fo ni
was not
molle le
me
mo
alone.
jamal
And you supported it.
ha
Ali ma ko
Yes.
ali fasale.
defane a fole de ka fo e ma sopo
I will not lie to you saying that I did not support it.
ani
No.
Allahu Akbar. So you wanted to sacrifice the Republican status of this country for a monarchy,
Kan na banko nyinta kas
so that your child has no chance of being head of this country.
Purkaje ko
wo be tarla molle bul
ita famo
That depends
dingo.
on
mo
Te ya
We are talking about what you were doing.
kono jang. Be diam ka tolli atol min lafto wala.
abe tarla molle bul ni mol sonda
That is with the people. If people agree,
bira fota ni abe bota je wato men ina na akumo moy le kotek
since it was stated up to the time he leave this seat, did he
so
have
wala
the-
tin na man fo because
why
mol
they
ya
didn't
na
say.
ka te cheno
Because people knows that it cannot happen.
Well, nga we believed that also, following the normal processes, there was no way Yaya Jammeh was going to be head of state in 1994. Aya busile for ama busi.
Yes, that is a coup d'etat. That is overthrow.
So, and you think he could not have organized a palace coup and declare himself king? Supported by the APRC.
Because being a for killing
since it was stated it's indicated to me that it cannot happen.
Okay, let's move on. And the last issue, Sadu Sow.
Sadu Sow loko nkata wolto say.
You guys had a dispute, didn't you?
Tini Sadu Sow nyo sabo tartal tema.
Take a Olaf.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Take a Olaf.
That's what he said.
And you got him arrested
Nata ya muta.
and sent to Janjambure.
Nanama arrest.
I never arrested him.
You got him arrested. You reported him to the police, and the police arrested him, and you ordered that he be sent to Janjambure.
Itele tara report police olia police nata amuta yakango di priya sama Janjambure prison.
I never reported him, and I never sent the police to go and arrest him. When he was taken to Janjambure, I'm not aware.
What was his crime? Why was he arrested?
Sadu had a problem with his neighbors.
Yes, but he said, but Lamin Kebe and those, what is their connection to you?
Lamin Kebe
connection for the because Nalunta wala Martin.
Also have a connection with us because he's our connection for the I didn't name his child after me.
Exactly. Yes. They are almost basically part of your family.
Yes.
When that issue erupted, didn't you go to the police?
Never.
Did you go to the police that day?
I was not there.
But they said that you went to the police and complained that Sadu was insulting you and your family.
But
that's not
he did not say something that happened.
He also said that you sent him to Janjambure.
I want to tell you one thing, if you can allow me. A case that was handled by the police. I cannot take any person to Janjambure. The only case that I can take somebody to Janjambure, that is a case that happened to my.
But a case may relate criminal case
Any case that is related to criminal, I have no hand in that.
But insulting the chief and throwing stones at the home of the chief, who would handle it? And throwing stones at the home of the chief.
Anybody who insults the chief, if you are trying that person, the chief himself will not be present there.
Because he tell party do it.
You are the other party.
But you did that in the Sikunda case.
That one, the way it happened, as we used to say, if you are into something that you don't know.
But you knew, of course. You knew that, well, the Alcalo, these people who are rejected, was chosen by you.
By the time we were choosing him, the people did not reject him.
But nobody ever accepted him.
That said Alcalo worked with the villager until he died.
Because you imposed him on the people.
I never imposed him on them. It was their words. They are home.
Mr. Witness,
was the reason.
You have accepted that his appointment was unlawful. It was an imposition by yourself and the governor or council.
Since you have proved to me that it is unlawful, I agreed. Anything that is unlawful, I agreed. You are more vast than me in the law.
And on this occasion, when you order that somebody be taken to Janjambure, who would take the person?
It used to be the bad messenger.
Just the bad messenger? Not the police?
Yes, together with the police.
Exactly. So Sadu is saying that you ordered that he be taken to Janjambure, and he was taken to Janjambure by the police.
That never happened. If I am to send it to Janjambure, I have to sign a warrant and sign it and send it.
Or you give it to the police. But you know the police cannot just take a person to Janjambure without a court order.
Police used to go to the magistrate who normally prepare the court order.
But Sadu was not taken before any magistrate.
That's what I'm saying. The police, if they want to remand someone, I think council used to ask the cause why he was taken to Janjambure first.
But he said he was taken to Janjambure, okay, because he had this family dispute with you. He also had a problem with Kebe, the Kebe family.
That's not true. For me, I never have problem with him.
Because a family dispute,
the family dispute that he is mentioning, his eldest son, he came to me and he said he has seen a girl whom he wants to marry. He asked me to inform his father.
So because
I take it that we are all one because they are our strangers. When I call him, I inform him that your son said he has seen a particular girl whom he wants to marry. He said he is not a part of it. I called the man, I informed him that your father said he's not in for it. That was the day I take my whole hand in it. Later on, I heard that they have tied the marriage.
But according to Sadu, you were instrumental in getting that marriage tied.
Council, I am appealing to you, go and investigate.
We are doing that.
Investigate.
Go and investigate these people.
The marriage was tied in Pirang. We know that.
I am not even aware of that. Whether it happened in Pirang or any these are all offensive that Sadu is doing to me, which is powerful on me.
Sadu's claim is that you have consistently intervened in his family by directing the affairs of his son, much to his disagreement. But it is as a result of that he consistently insulted you and you took him to the police. Because of those insults, you took him to the police and made sure that they sent him to Janjambure.
That's not true.
We would
try people are even talking about it.
We would try to get the committal warrant from Janjambure to see who signed it.
Try and because the ear is mentioned about it, you know the ear.
Ni yewo ke doro yewo waranto je bal na ko Sadu bente tonye wala.
If you do that, you will not realize that Sadu is just.
Sadu metante tonye la.
And were you happy with that?
For contanta wala.
Nganyale kashala.
I just turned my eye on him.
Because even Abba Fango anana enkumandala suokon.
Even his mother once called me in their compound.
Wolungata Abba busandi bankole to ayala fengol take faiband.
That day I found him beat his mother and throw his clothes outside.
His mother or his wife?
His Abba Fango meya ulu.
His biological mother.
Natara nunte nyanta kukela la wolunne nyanta kela bar nga ya marlen kai ko.
I was supposed to do anything to him.
That alleges that you're trying to take the land he lives in from him.
That one also. That compound, we did not give it to him. It was given to him, to his father. And now he wants to sell that compound. And the compound does not belong to him alone. He went to the alcalo for that. The alcali called me and asked me. And I asked the alcalo not to sign his documents. Because the compound does not belong to him alone. It was given to his father.
So, but his claim is that you want to take away that land from him, claiming that it was given to his father and not to him.
How can that happen? Because there was
he is saying that you are claiming that the land belongs to your family.
Antelle li adiala barenta tala bulu because dingo membe Sadu bulu
alta tala bulu or almatano alta tala no
gave it to his father because his
father bulu adunta tala family.
He has a large family.
Because wokola after bilang ala fita o wafiro fangokel anata na kaitos anata ta gofano yala ku explain we nkumanda fonye nata kaito deda me yalon ka fato le kataje because at dam matante o kordat afama ani modo le
the governor called me.
Do you accept that you can no longer take the land?
No. I'm not thinking of that. I never think
but you accept that.
I cannot take it. Because Sadu, the family he has, I know. One of his or our son, I even give him a compound.
Okay, at least he would have peace of mind hearing you say that you will not take the land and you cannot take it.
When I Sadu sondo moment correct. Billahi wallahi tallahi nkalta ala la me sangoni banko a sondo moment correct.
Mental balance.
Ndelenga fo ha.
I said,
my people
also, they are looking at me, watching. Investigate his issue and check.
So of all these allegations against you, the only one you accept is the Sikunda one.
Yes, the Sikunda one I agreed. All these ones are fabricated.
But the land transaction did not go properly.
Now properly, but land
if it did not go properly, but the land belongs to the land belongs to the village.
And you people connived and sold it.
Ours, but we did not sell it. We gave it to somebody. We did not sell it.
You saying nothing was given under the table?
That is Kasum's words.
Kurusango Fangmandi.
No. We used to give land free. Even today, if you come there, I will give you land.
Kurusango Fangbukadi.
Ni la fita dala si chemo be fulu kwanya ko sebo ya ke bulo ko no ko nyimuta
So wole kita nyen fenko.
Ane woman nyim fenko woman keji.
No, this transaction that
Well,
will never happen.
Nyi waye nyim fere le mala ya fere nyamen.
Well,
yeah, fair by giving $300,000.
Ya malo ya fere nyamen kanyen kaito bondi ka foko false le munye manka false
until they are able to secure these documents.
Because land ni mun so man ko la land.
Land belongs to the people of Soma.
Anyway, the transaction was not very well structured.
Malo mayo mistake ko sabo bari alo dika tapale yake fenne to itante ment. Ikatapale yake wala to bari itamu fengoment.
You can make
ibe mo tapale ala wala purumu.
fraud on something that doesn't belong to you, but that what belongs to you. What fraud are you going to get involved
Mr.
in?
Chair, I have no further questions for Mr. Jajusi. Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much, Council, and thank you, Chief Jajusi, for coming to testify before the Commission.
Baraka Bake, Council, Baraka Bake, Chief Jajusi, Inata Nyame Kasede Arodi Commission.
I have just one question to ask you. But before doing so, I need to tell you what we have been hearing here for almost 2 years. It is in the context of holding regional hearings. We had hearings in Jambur, Sibanor, and Esau.
Siul Bekele, Gunjur, Sibanor, Jambur, Sibanor, and Esau, on
the theme of witch hunting. We have been approached by representatives from LRR. And as I said, even before the witch hunting trips started, we were told that the human rights violations and abuses that occurred in LRR were far more numerous than many parts of the Gambia. When were we going to look into those violations in LRR? I was expecting perhaps even weeks of hearing these violations in LRR. Maybe the regional hearings should continue for a very long time for that to be confirmed. But what we heard yesterday and today, I did not get the impression that either LRR or specifically JARA was in utter chaos. And that's where my question comes. Was it really just some storm between Kasim Federa and Yaya Jajusi that is just been exaggerated? And they sounded as if all Jara is in chaos because you have these two people who are at each other, and you have land issues that don't. That's not part of our mandate.
Kulo mi alon ko abe ite ya Jajusi ni Kasim Fadera tem jokom ye jawyale batol tema wala janjanta ten wonata yele masata ten ka foko ko fitino lebe LRR ni korda ño sabol fana kuol be.
Tell me if indeed there were these massive violations and abuses of human rights in Jara during the 22 years of Jammeh's rule.
Afonye tonya Jara je LRR fongi hada madi nyanta tinya keta LRR le bake wato minna Jammeh be siring mansayala.
Please, Chief, you have the floor.
Silang
Okay, Chairman, Abaraka Bak.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Yalontenin Kasum Fadera Temo.
You know, between myself and Kasum Fadera,
Kasum Molet me alonko animole ka collaborate.
Kasum used to collaborate with people.
Because even more for a councillor fan, even another report president.
He once even reported me to the president. I did not say that to council.
A letter was of a president.
He wrote a letter to the president about this land.
Investigational amount.
And that one also, there was an investigation that kick-started. What he said, and they came and asked the villagers.
Area council
and they further went and asked the area council. What he said and what those people said is different.
So wala atina fanga arrest all for follow to arrest.
Well, this is why the arrest that he is referring to, the first arrest, he was arrested.
Now
yes. That one I was aware of.
But
apart from that, what he said, things happens there in LRR, I am not aware of that.
Human rights violation.
Bad things happen in LRR, human rights violations occurred in LRR. I know that he is somebody who used to create problems. He is a problem person.
Kunum fanga brabe testify la jandela telefono me dan kuno mol more than 1,000 calls.
Even yesterday when he was testifying here, he received several calls, more than 1,000 calls.
Well, he's probably receiving 1,000 calls now.
People used to call me and say, tell me that your guy is testifying at the TRRC, he is lying there.
So that
shows me that what he is saying, I am not aware of that.
Because I told
because you people were not there, he just manipulated things and come here so that you people will trust him. But if you people knows that the type of person he is, even his single word, you will not take it. Yes.
Thank you very much.
I know that one from him.
Yeah. Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate. Otherwise, Chief Judge, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to do so.
Commissioner Solomon in Karasoto, Bundabe di Telepurese, Kumakalabangolfo.
Yo, follow me, I'll be tend to Lambal Jaila.
First of all, I'm thanking each and everyone. I'm also thanking the chairman.
Council Fanamba attend to la Kala Kul Chambandi Nyamen professionally.
I'm also thanking council, lead council, the way he do his things professionally.
Allah members will be tentula.
I'm also thanking all members here.
TRRC mu dulalti me ya lonko tonya dulalam.
TRRC is a place where truth is revealed.
Adun a important ala puru molien na.
And it is important for people to come.
Nte fangola na janga diatanya.
Myself coming here I'm happy with it.
Because wati nyunuka tulantolu folaika kumalu for many along ko manken songoluti.
Because anytime these people used to mention my name, telling me something that are not my habit.
Especially Kasum Fadera and Amonyol.
Especially Kasum Fadera and Co. This is why when I was called here, I was very happy.
Because men akakumol men for ni wol keta damen to womol woliented wol battle lamoela le bente fana lamoi.
Because what he used to say, those people they will listen to him and they will listen to me too.
Ntena te men ka tonya for wolu ya alone.
Myself and him who used to be, who talk the truth they know.
So wakamala Allah kumandi jang kontana tawala ba.
For that being the case, for you people to call me here, I am happy for that.
Adunga lonko albe janne prumo be.
And I know that you people are here for everybody. And you don't support anybody.
So support can.
And you should know that people are supporting you too.
Because
many things have been said that people were not aware of before. Many things happen that people were not aware of. But since the establishment of this TRRC, people happens to know many things that they were not it was not known for.
Even
myself today, I understand that today you call some people here who have difference among themselves, but they came here to reconcile. That is a way to God.
Because
God said, let's forgive one another and accept one another. If we do not do that, our neighborhood will not be good. There are many countries that bad things happen. Countries like Rwanda, like Sierra Leone, Liberia. These kind of things happen there. People reconcile. Their neighborhood is now okay.
So Gambia fana.
And I believe that Gambia too is not a big country. We are all one family.
Political difference
Political difference used to occur among people. And also among ourselves, the differences used to occur. But that should not stop us for us not to come together. So that we can move together, the Gambia belongs to all of us. So that we can all benefit from the Gambia. Now where we are, we have democracy in the country.
And the
type of democracy we have, each and every one of us is enjoying the move.
So,
for that being the case, I'm thanking you. I'm also thanking the government and the TRRC and the National Assembly, whom National Assembly, those are the people who normally draft the laws. I believe that they have selected people to spearhead this thing, whom I know that I believe that they have the knowledge. They will be able to distinguish truth and false.
So,
that being the case, I thank you, all of you. I am praying to Allah the Almighty so that we will all enjoy peace. As we are heading to the election, I'm appealing, praying to God that so that we can do it peacefully and end it peacefully in the country. That is all I have, Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. With what you said about injuring the people of Sikunda, would you be inclined to have a reconciliation committee involved in arranging reconciliation between you as the current chief and as the one who was involved in the Alcaloship issue to reconcile with the people of Sikunda?
Ako, tumala mena itele fong isonda nyina ko kolea me alongo la Sikunda ngol ka isonda la ko asa bonying akitete wala silang. Foibe parere ni nyina la bang pour ini Sikunda ngol ale si comme bi ñoo somandala ñi ben sifa men keta janteng ale muru ñokang men ketanu ale ñina wala ale muru ñokang foy be parere wo ben sifa soro ini si kun nan kol tema le bang pour ben sifa soro ni
be parere ngala because wol mbadi ngol lelu.
Yes, I'm ready for that because they are my relatives.
Wo shata woni ama ka fo je Sikunda.
That village, if you hear they are saying calling the village Sikunda.
To la ke ba le jelo.
It was founded by our elders.
Until konton mo silet.
Our surnames are Cs.
So na badi ngol lelu mundo ko beji.
They are my relatives. I have younger brothers there.
Even when
this thing happened, I have my nephews there too. What goes no is okay. For us to reconcile and apologize to one another, I don't think that should be a problem.
Because Nimo Sonta Konga Itoniel.
If a person agrees that I have offended you, the person who offended should be the one who should apologize. It's like that.
That's very good. We will inform the chair of the Reconciliation Committee to see if we can look into that.
Ako bere ada bakele kia mano me marling ni se nyolo la committee on yin na be nyomo la ajube fo if ye mem for them for abekeno la bampuru ye kumandro kala alina si ale bolo sero kenyola.
Okay.
Anything to bring peace to Jara West would be great.
Boku me alon ko wolbe Cairo na la Jara West je obekele kubaldi.
Inshallah.
Thank you again, Chief Jajisi, for your testimony.
Numbara bake Chief ya Jajisi ila sedandiroro.
For coming all the way from your region to come and testify before the commission.
Kabonang hani kabonang fo ila tundo kankana fo tiara si jankana ila sedandiro di jang.
And so do you have any submissions to make? If so, please proceed.
No, I thought the CSS were going to get him some juggernaut since lunches.
That's good. Apologies again for not serving you lunch, but we were caught up in the reconciliation event today, and I'm glad you saw a bit of that. Maybe that's encouraged you to agree to reconcile with the people of Masikunda. But again, thank you very much indeed, my Chief, for coming. We will resume our proceedings tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock sharp. Thank you all very much. Meeting is adjourned.